Hi, everyone. Welcome to UNC Charlotte School of Nursing Postmaster's Doctor of Nursing Practice Program information session. My name is Katie Shue-McGuffin, and I am the Graduate Program Director for the Postmaster's DNP. The best way to reach me is through email, which is on the screen in front of you, katieshu@charlotte.edu.
And I'm Jen Principe with Charlotte Online, and I am here to help support our faculty and students in online programs.
So, a brief program overview. Our Postmaster's DNP program is designed to prepare health systems and organizational nursing leaders, non APRNs, and advanced practice registered nurses, APRNs, to lead nursing practice, organizations, and systems of care through the translation and application of evidence based research into practice. Our Postmaster's DNP is 42 graduate credit hours. And at the end of the DMP, you will have completed 1,000 clinical practice hours, and that does include 500 hours that you've accrued from your MSN program. And we also offer full-time and part-time options, which I'll expand on shortly. So why this DNP program? Our Postmaster's DNP program will prepare students to practice at the highest clinical level and to provide leadership in our dynamic healthcare systems. Our DNP program has three main foci: analysis, leadership, and practice. A common thread between these three foci is evidence-based practice and data-driven methods, which helps to ensure the safety and quality of care for all of our patients. As DNP prepared nurses, we like to be known as the experts in evidence-based practice. We take the data and what we know from the literature and we apply it to our clinical practice to improve our patient outcomes. Part of our program, we really focus on practice integration that's tailored to student scholarly interests. So we make sure that it's something that you're passionate about, that you do a scholarly project on. Most times this is at the student's site of employment, but if you need assistance with finding a clinical site, the faculty and myself will work with you on that. We also have personalized mentorship throughout the DNP program with faculty who actively engage in nursing practice, research, and scholarship. We also make sure our students take courses on interprofessional education as well as global health. And we also offer innovative technology. We have a college librarian who assists students with their literature reviews. We also offer editing services paid for by the School of Nursing. And we also have School of Nursing statistical support for students. And we also understand that students who are entering this program are typically in full-time practice and have families and have other obligations. So we do offer flexible and convenient coursework for the Postmaster's DNP. So this is our full-time plan of study for students. As you can see, it's full-time consecutive 5 semesters, and you start your project courses right in the very first year. Our part-time plan of study is 8 semesters consecutive, and the primary difference between full-time and part-time is when you start your project courses. For part-time plan of study, you do start in year 2. So sometimes that gives you a little bit more time to work through what your project might be. And I will say, students who start in the full-time plan of study, they can switch to part-time if needed. However, if you start in the part-time plan of study, it's very difficult, and you're not able to go to the full-time plan of study after you start part-time. Accreditation information: our Doctor of Nursing Practice program is accredited by the Collegiate Commission on Nursing Education, or CCNE.
So if you're interested in pursuing this program and looking into things further, we would love to see your application. And we do want to make you aware of all of those pieces for that application in order to be eligible for admission. So we do want to see at least a 3.5 GPA in an MSN program and a completed MSN, as well as current RN licensure in the US. We do also need to see if you're an APRN, the evidence of national certification, and that you meet your state's requirements. And as far as the application, we do want to see a statement of purpose or an essay, and we do have a couple of pieces here we'd like for you to speak about in that. And that's really your space to personalize so that our faculty who are reviewing your application can get to know you in a more personal level other than just your transcripts and other items. So we'd love to hear more about you in this statement of purpose. We also ask for a resume and 3 recommendations. And those 3 professional recommendations, we actually do try to make it as simple as possible for the applicant. So in our application system, you will put those names and email addresses of those recommenders, and our system will send them an email with a form for them to fill out on your behalf. You'll even be able to see when those recommendations have been completed as well. So it's just a very easy way to have that all in our system. So we try to make that as easy as possible for everyone. And you are welcome to add in other items if you would like, any kind of publications, posters, projects, things that you have completed. Otherwise, you are welcome to add those into your application, but not required. We do, as this was already mentioned, require at least 500 supervised hours within an MSN program. And then as long as you have gotten through all of that and our faculty feel you are a potential applicant or admissible to the program, they will then have an interview with you. And as well, with the application, we do need to see transcripts from all institutions that you have attended. So of course, you may have several of those depending on different degrees that you have gotten prior to coming to UNC Charlotte. And those transcripts can be unofficial. So we don't need you paying for multiple transcripts. They can be unofficial at this application point. And then if you are admitted and decide to enroll with us, at that point, we will ask for one final official transcript. Some other things to keep in mind, the application fee is $75 to our graduate school, of course, to process all of the information that I just shared with you. And this program admits in the fall semester only. So thinking ahead, just knowing that for that application timeline, we do want to see a priority deadline of April 1st. So if you are interested in this program, just keep in mind how long it may take to get all of that information again that I mentioned before, those recommendations, transcripts, clinical hours, all of that. We do prefer for that to be in by April 1st so that all of those interviews and things can happen on our end and make sure everyone is ready for the fall admission, which fall semester usually starts in August. So it goes quickly. So just want to keep you aware of those deadlines. And then a final deadline would be July 1st, again, to give plenty of time before that August semester time. And again, if you're interested in starting an application with us, you are welcome to go to gradadmissions.charlotte.edu/apply. This is our graduate admissions page. And when you go into that application, you have the ability to start that and go back in at any time to make edits and add in those documents and items that we mentioned. So you don't feel like you have to do it all at one time. You are welcome to start and go as needed, just keeping in mind those deadlines. And for the tuition, so our tuition and fees at UNC Charlotte do change yearly because we are a public state institution. So I do just want to mention that there will be a couple different tuition levels depending on what type of student you are. So if you are a North Carolina state resident, we do require that you submit a residency number, which is given through the North Carolina Residency Determination Services, and that would qualify you for North Carolina resident tuition. If you are not in the state of North Carolina, that's no problem. As an online program, you are welcome to take this outside of the state, but the outside of North Carolina non-resident tuition is our long and fancy way of saying out-of-state tuition. So that will be a different cost than your in-state North Carolina residency tuition. And for more details on all of this types of information for financial aid, everything related to billing fees, all of that is with Niner Central. So they are a fantastic resource here at UNC Charlotte. We definitely recommend that you use them and take a look through their website for all sorts of information on everything related to tuition, fees, and billing. And this is our contact information. Once again, with Charlotte Online, we have a big support system for you as an online applicant and student with us. So we are happy to help support you through the admission, enrollment, and registration of your time while here at Charlotte. Thank you for joining.